Hey everyone, Andy Clements here and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about slowing down when you're training, because this is the number one mistake I always see beginners make in the gym when they're trying to train with weights, is they're rushing and racing and just trying to get to the end of the set. And this is always the number one thing that, and I work with my clients on a one-to-one basis, that I have to really coach them and remind them constantly to slow everything down. Because if you're just trying to race through to the end of the set and just try and get through an arbitrary amount of reps or sets or whatever it is, and you're just trying to get through them numbers, you're not really getting the point of training. The point of training is to contract muscle, and if you're just trying to move objects around in space as fast as you can, you're an unpaid furniture mover. You're not actually training, you know what I mean? So what I want to talk to you about today is slowing down and actually feeling the movements that you're trying to do. So what we need to remember when we train with weights is that weights are just a tool for muscular contraction. They're just a tool to be able to work a muscle through a range of motion. We don't want to get caught up in the external variables too much of moving objects in space or getting to an X amount of reps or X amount of sets. They're all important in their own way, but they're not as important as the whole point of what we're doing, which is to contract muscle and move it through a range under load, okay? So when you're first starting out, focus on mastering that skill of training and moving your body properly through space and actually contracting muscle tissue. And that is a big subject in of itself. So you can't really do that straight away without any coaching or any going online and learning and watching videos and things like that like you're doing now. But you also can't do it if you're just trying to race to the end of the set and you're just trying to get through 10, 15, 20 reps, 25 reps, whatever the set is, you know? You've got to slow everything right down. So while you're learning this skill set, slow everything right down, especially the part of the rep where you're lowering the weight, what's called the negative part of the rep, or the eccentric part of the rep. That would be on a bicep curl where you're lowering your arm and you extend your elbow, or on a squat where you're lowering yourself down into the hole sort of thing, you know? So make sure that you're slowing it right down, especially those lowering parts of the rep. Now this is going to do two things. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to give your brain a chance to sort of catch up with your body and coordinate your body into the right ways, because if you're not used to moving in certain ways, then you're just going to move in the way that's familiar and the way that's easiest rather than the way that's correct. So it's going to give your brain a chance to actually catch up with your body and coordinate it into moving into the right way, because it is a skill. It's not something that you're going to be able to just seamlessly slip into with every single movement. The second thing that it's going to do is it's going to increase the amount of time that you put each individual muscle that you're training under tension and under load, which is the whole point of why we're training. Like I said earlier, it's to increase the amount of tension that we can put on our muscles. And if we slow down, even if we're not doing it perfectly, if we're doing it slowly and we're controlling everything, we're increasing the amount of tension, the amount of feeling we're going to get in our muscles. That's then giving us feedback mentally through the nervous system to be able to connect neurologically with their muscles. And that's where that sort of mind-muscle connection thing comes in, right? Because then we can feel, okay, that's where I'm supposed to be feeling it. So an example that I always give when I'm coaching clients on, again, on a one-to-one basis in the gym, a hard muscle that I find a lot of people struggle to feel is their lats, you know, the ones that are on the outside of the back there. So on a lat pull down, I'll make sure that I put them in an extreme range position right up the top there, and I'll make sure that they can neurologically know and feel that stretch position, and that's where they have to pull from. So they know now, okay, I can feel the stretch there because that's an extreme position. I can feel that, and I'm going to try and pull from that area. I'm going to try and drag down, and that's applicable to everything. So slowing down is going to give you that connection, give you that mind muscle thing that we all talk about, so you can know exactly what it is and feel where you're supposed to be pushing from. So once you've started improving the skill of training and you've started sort of mastering, or maybe not even mastering, but just getting a bit of a foothold and knowing what you're doing and being competent at the training skill, then you know you can start to improve the speed, increase the speed of your reps, and you can start to focus more on strength and more on, you know, a certain amount of reps and doing all those things. But you need to get this foundation in first, and the best way to do that is to slow everything right down. So I hope that was useful. I hope you found some value in that. If you did, drop me a comment below, let me know what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, drop a thumbs up on the video if you liked it, drop a thumbs down if you thought it was garbage, I don't know, whatever, and yeah, I'll speak to you next time.